This episode of Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone?
What about our Quasar podcast? Wendell Vaughn, the first Earthman ever appointed protector of the universe. Bonded to the energy-transforming quantum man, his weapons and symbols of his station, fights an ongoing battle to defend all life in the universe from cosmic evil as Quasar. Hello and welcome to the Quantum Zone, episode 49. Ooh. Coming up on 50, coming up on 1 year anniversary. I am Phil, and joining me, as always, Master of the Quantum Zone.
I'm Will. Hey, everyone.
And what was that was drug out of the basement? It is...
Yeah, this is Matt. Hi to no one. I'm in my basement. Leave me alone.
Mom, get off the internet. I need the broadband.
Yes. All of my intros usually derive from something we're talking about off air, so it's always fun for people to tune in and be like, what will his weird intro be today? But I'm cleaning out crap from my dad's basement. Thrift stores in New Hampshire and Maine and Massachusetts. They're going to get a bunch of my personal belongings over the next... Get ready.
What, from your childhood?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I found some old comics today. So.
Oh, did you? Cool.
But, I got some old nostalgic things. So
You're like, I already had 5 copies of Marvel Team Up 113. What the hell?
A few of those.
But no, I was thinking, no new news about Quasar that I saw, but I figured I'd talk about something that came out today, so
yeah.
Let's get to
Phil's Comics Corner.
Thank you, Marnell of the Biters Podcast, right here on Southgate Media Group. Old Man Quill #1 came out today in the tradition of Old Man Logan and then Old Man Hawkeye. Old Man Quill. No Quasar. It's basically
though. So we're
yeah. At some point in the future, Peter Quill's basically the leader of Spartax, and he has a wife and kids. But then the whole planet gets destroyed by what is that? The Universal Church.
Wow.
Yes, the Universal Church of Truth.
Marvel? Oh, that's a different church. That's the Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh, that deserves. You gotta have a drum for that, man.
What, took a while for the comment, or just Universal for
the comment?
Yeah. But the whole planet gets wiped out, and then I guess Quill's all depressed and basically just only time he puts himself into like hyper sleep or suspended animation. The only time he comes out is to drink until the Guardians come and get him, and they go back to Earth. Cause I guess that's where the church is coming next. And I'm reading this. I'm thinking, is this like the same universe Old Man Logan and that happens in? But it does. The crash on Earth. Welcome to the wastelands.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Does everyone?
So this is the future of the current Guardians of the Galaxy book, right? It's future. It's like extra future.
Well, it's like set in that Old Man Logan timeline. I think it's like an alternate timeline. The whole point of that timeline. It's like the villains actually succeeded in during acts of vengeance.
Oh. Okay.
And one of their big weapons is Mysterio, like hypnotizes Wolverine and like killing like all the X-Men.
Okay.
Yeah, not too dark.
Not dark at all.
The Thunderbolts betray the Avengers. Yeah, fun stuff like that.
Well, now the Universal Church of Truth, like Matt said, that was an original Captain Marvel led by the Magus, right? But then Abnett and Lanning, I think, reused it again in their Guardians.
I think didn't it show up somewhere in the 90s Guardians of the Galaxy, the one set in the future.
I think it did. Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, so I guess they're going to play a big part in this series. So seems like they're the bad guys.
Pretty normally they seem to be, yeah.
All right, so unless you have anything, I guess we can get to tonight's issue.
Let's do it.
Avengers 330, continuing where we left off last week. Remember, Crystal Blue imprisonment. So, Avengers 330, In a Strange Land from March 1991 by Larry Hama. Breakdowns, Paul Ryan, our buddy. Finishes, Tom Palmer. Coloring, Neil Yomtov. Lettering, Bill Oakley. Editor, Howard Mackey. Editor-in-Chief, Tom DeFalco. And remember, as the first page says, where we left the Avengers last week, marooned in the dimension of exile by the mysterious tetrarchs of entropy, the Avengers are aghast to find that both Cersei and Mjolnir are encased in what appears to be solid crystal. As we see Cersei just like a shocked look on her face, like again in prison, and Thor's just beating on the thing trying to get Mjolnir out. As Cap said, Cap says, the Tetrarch somehow knew that Thor used his hammer to transport us to this dimension in the past, aided by a modulating field generated by Cersei and Black Widow. So they nullified our only means of escape. Quasar, got any bright ideas, Vision? Even
besides
as you
my quantum bands.
Exactly. And Vision, even as you distract me, Quasar, I'm pondering their permutations in search of a solution. But I can just quantum jump out of here. Shh, quiet, Quasar, we're thinking. but
I could totally just we'll go do it together, okay?
Then Thor, if only my mighty Uru mallet were free. And Vision, that is just the first phase of a workable solution, and by itself well within the parameters of feasible possibilities. And She-Hulk, you mean step 1 is freeing Mjolnir? Vision, precisely, She-Hulk, but first I must determine the exact nature of this seemingly crystalline, as he touches it. It's not crystal, it's a solid field of anti-probability. A stasis field that negates all of what we call magic, but what we really know to be the psionic manipulation of probability. It extends into the hammer itself, permeating its essence. If we were to shatter the field, Mjolnir might well be destroyed as well. And Thor just has this shocked look on his face, and he's just like, Mjolnir? Unmade?
Don't worry, kids, that'll never happen.
Yeah, no, never. And Thor will never become unworthy of picking up the hammer, and no one else will. There won't be like scores of other people who pick it up. Eric Masterson, Jane Foster. No.
Captain America.
Yeah, no. Although I think at this point, Cap already picked it up, right?
I think so, wasn't that? No, because it was during Eric Masterson, wasn't it?
No. I think he might have touched it, but it was before even Eric Masterson. It's where Cap was wearing the black suit, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Oh, because it was on Avengers Island, remember?
That's right.
So it had to be before this.
Before Acts of Vengeance, yes.
Yes. So, Mjolnir unmade, Mjolnir doth be a primal artifact, endowed by Odin himself with powerful enchantments. The consequences of it being unmade are unthinkable and cataclysmic. As he's saying this, you just see, like, visions of, like, volcanoes erupting and cities flooding and looks like the moon and something else, another planet running into each other.
Yeah, it also looks like his floating head is coming from the volcano. The way
yes, it's popped right
He's
out.
So mad.
If Mjolnir doth be unmade, I shall have to become the god of volcanoes.
And there's just like floating storage units in the water right next to the buildings. Things get crazy if Mjolnir gets unmade.
And so, Vision says, freeing Mjolnir is the only way to free Cersei. The risk is high, so the decision must be up to Thor. So, it's basically, we cannot do this and just, sit here forever. Well, everyone else might die off eventually. Thor and Vision just be sitting there.
Playing Pinochle or something, right?
Yeah, I know. Thor says, "'Tis Cersei's life at stake, Vision. Do what thou must." Even though we see all these cataclysmic visions of like worlds dying, and it's like, let's free one person. All right, and
she does throw some awesome parties.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Superman even showed up, so there you go.
And yeah, a fan of She-Hulk's boobs. We did. So Vision says, "Very well, Quasar. I'm in need of your quantum bands, Quasar. Coming right up." I was waiting for him to say, "What? You need me to quantum jump us out of here?"
Yeah.
Although maybe they couldn't work because he said something about the stasis field and the gates.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, if only there was someone he could maybe call and ask, "Hey, where am I? How do I get out of here?"
Does he get reception in a different dimension? Come on.
And again, unless there's interference, because even if they free the hammer, or spoilers, they do. But Thor even needs like a modulating field from Cersei. So, I wonder if maybe Cersei could have modulated the quantum bands. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
Because Vision tells Quasar, "I want a giant chisel with the cutting edge resting along that fault in the main faucet." "You got it, but I thought you said this thing was anti-probability and not crystal." Vision, "When it manifests itself in crystalline form and assumes the properties of crystal." She-Hulk. Those darn Inhumans. "She-Hulk, are you prepared to strike the chisel with all your strength?" She says, "I'll give it my best shot." And Vision starts lowering himself into the crystal and puts himself around the hammer. "Stand ready when I lower my density so that may pass into the crystal and surround Mjolnir. Now, She-Hulk, strike!" And she says, "All right, everyone, stand back." And she hits the giant chisel into the not crystal, the field of probability, and just hits it and goes crack.
Key-rack.
Key-rack. And it shatters, and it worked! As Mjolnir hits the ground with a thud. And Thor picks up and exclaims, "Mjolnir!" And Cap says, "I get it, Vision. You surrounded the hammer with your own body and increased the density around it to shield it from the effects of the field shattering." He says, "Precisely, Captain." And Black Widow, "Vision, you can hardly stand." And he says, "Contact with anti-probability is draining, Black Widow, which is why She-Hulk must endeavor to strike faster as soon as I enter the crystal and engulf Cersei. As you can see, the field is much bigger." And Cap, much more dangerous to you. "You can't do this. A field this big could kill you." He says, "It is my choice to do this. It is my life force in jeopardy in balance against all my fellow Avengers. For if we do not free Cersei, she cannot generate the modulating field that will permit Thor to open the gateway between dimensions." I was going to say, maybe she probably can't breathe in there, but did Eternals have to breathe?
I don't think so.
I mean, they're eternal. It would be a defect.
So, Vision says, "There, at the juncture of the two main faucets, there's where the chisel must sit." And Quasar, "Are you sure you're up to this, Vision? There's no other logical alternative. Prepare yourself, She-Hulk." And the Vision starts going in, and we see a crack. And Quasar, "The crystal shattered before She-Hulk even touched the chisel." And so Cap says, "Look, it's the Tetrarchs of Entropy." And they're like, "You are more advanced than we expected for such a lower order of sentient beings. You managed to combine cooperation and self-sacrifice so quickly and so effectively as to almost facilitate an escape from the dimension of exile. But of course, that is hardly possible."
Now, what they are, it's a floating giant rattlesnake, the all-seeing eye, period, and hairless phoenix, right?
And is that like a hairless? And is that like a flame face there too?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a.
I don't know.
Is that a bean, or is that just what's surrounding the?
So
I don't know.
So basically, this group of cosmic beings look like they're escapees from the back of a dollar bill.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Cap. "Now listen here. Our imprisonment here is an injustice. We did no wrong, and we were wholly in the right. We're not going to take this without a fight." Did It's
He rhyming?
He rhymed.
He's rhyming.
Is it? It sounds like an '80s song. It's like something like Bon Jovi was saying. We are wholly in the right. We are not going to take this without a fight.
Well, when you go into another dimension, you switch from Captain America to Wrapped in America.
Oh, wow.
Dude, you need to ice it down. That hurts.
That was
Listen home. Listen home. All right.
Look at him riding high because his Patriots won the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, they did. That happened. Yeah.
As Cap
I and the Steelers with 6 titles, by the way. Have as much time to do it. Go on. All right, sorry.
Oh yeah, it takes less time when you cheat.
Okay.
It's getting ugly in here. All right, so Captain America's done with his rap battle and yells, "Avengers assemble!" And they all run into a force field. Totally impervious, Cap says. And because Quasar just runs into it, doesn't try to blast it with quantum energy or anything, just runs hands first into it, it looks like.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, or justice have nothing to do with this. We, the Tetrarchs, do not dispense judgment. We simply oversee the dissolution of cosmic laws into chaos. We maintain a balance. There are unnatural forces in the universe striving for the triumph of ultimate good or ultimate evil, both patently unattainable, but both quite capable of creating order of sorts. That is anathema to us. And Thor, lo, this be madness. The Avengers shall not be undone by cosmic bystanders. Thor doth well Mjolnir, for all that is right. Uh-oh. Is there another rhyme coming up? I see another right. Cap, I'm with you, Thor and Cersei. So am I. They dare to attack us, Hafka. Then they must learn, Yod. And Cersei, it's opening. Too late to... They're running right at this hole. Too late to stop! Maybe it's a different gravity, I don't know. But yeah, Thor, Cap, and Cersei all run into this hole that opens up in the pyramid one. It's a portal into yet another reality. We must turn around before the portal closes. Slam! And so the snake, the snake and the bald one and the floating, all the rest of them face the other 4 Avengers and say, "Behold the folly of defying the Tetrarchs." And She-Hulk, you had better let our friends go, or you're going to be the ones who are going to be beholding folly. Away with them,
Boom,
Bug.
roasted.
Yes, away with them, Bug. Aye, Hummel, away with them, the snake says as it coils around the remaining 4. Let them feel the wind between the galaxies as my coils of infinity wrap around them. So galaxies says to me space. How much wind is there in a vacuum of space?
There's the solar wind, but that's kind of different. That dies out at the edge of the solar system, so yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone else figure? Tell us. Write in and let us know.
I would never think space is windy. Maybe a little drafty.
So there's your homework, Soshin. Write in and tell us if there's like space wind. Remember, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. So let them experience the cold nothingness that separates the dimensions of time and space. Let them fall screaming into the exquisite blackness that is the void between universes. They're like, we just did this summer, dude.
Yeah. This is like a Tuesday for the Avengers, right?
That's what I'm thinking. A different writer, but this has like some similarities to the Crossing Line because we got like a group of like cosmic. Well, again, the last one it was Russians combining into like the butt buddies, but here it's like a trio of like or foursome of cosmic beings.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So as the other 4 fall into between time and space, we see Cap, Thor, and Cersei standing on some kind of like alien landscape. Cap says, "Are we actually in a separate reality, or are we in a landscape of Yod's imagination?" What is this, Willy Wonka? Yod's imagination. And Cersei says, "Wherever we are, Captain, it is truly disgusting." Thor, "'Tis a world of rotting meat." Do we really see meat? Because it almost looks like the white tile floor, some like rocky outcroppings. Some of them are smoking.
And some tendrils or something.
Yeah, it looks like maybe what? Or those tendrils, or the one looks like it has antennas. Is that like a bug? I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it does look like a bug. Yeah.
I don't see a lot of rotting meat.
No, it looks like non-quantum tentacles.
There you go, Lois.
Yeah.
Sparkly quantum tentacles.
There you go, Lois. So yes, Thor says, "'Tis a world of rot." So to Thor, who's an immortal, would Earth also be a world of rotting meat?
He's kind of old, right? I mean, he's over 1,000, isn't he?
Wouldn't he consider all humans rotting meat?
I think so.
So he says, "'Tis a world of rotting meat, and inhabited as well," as they see 4 creatures coming at them. Remember that number? 4 creatures coming at them.
Maybe they're a little smelly. Maybe those 4 creatures, they look a little unfresh.
If only they had their 4 allies with them. But just these 4 creatures come up. One looks like he might be a Skrull, but they mean us no good, Captain. And we can't judge them by appearances, Cersei. We mean you no harm. We are Spaloot, as a tentacle goes around Cap's neck. Yes, a tentacle.
Yeah, it's like a tongue. It looks like he's gonna get
tentacles.
It looks like Cap's gonna get quite a hickey. The Spaloot.
No, the captain is undone by the. They attack Doth like junior high couples. And so as Cap gets tongue wrapped, Thor throws his hammer and says, "They attack us, Cersei, into the fray!" And Cersei yells, "Let him go." But elsewhere, maybe, we see the other 4 Avengers in another realm, and Quasar, who's keep an eye on this page. His costume seems to be going through changes. Like in this first panel, his emblem's getting smaller.
Yeah.
He says, "Woo! I didn't know which was worse, that trip or Vug's speech." And She-Hulk, "That's the trouble with being privy to too many cosmic secrets. You can't stop yourself from talking about it." And Black Widow, "Nothing too cosmic about this place. Looks more like a set from Dante's Inferno." And Vision says, "True, Black Widow, but I doubt that the trio passing under the portcullis are shades of the netherworld, as they seem quite substantial and possessed of bad attitudes, as we see a trio of creatures this time. Look like perhaps 2 males and 1 female?
Wait, is there like a wolf behind the female on the right? Is that what that is? That blue?
I don't know. There's some creature hanging. Looks like a refugee from the collector, who we'll be getting to in a couple episodes. Yeah. But yes, the pink one who looks like, or purple one who looks like a man bull. He even has a ring in his nose. Says, "Well spoken, pale one. I like my supper to be sleek of tongue." Tongue. And a fine roasted meal you shall all be, starting with the redhead done medium rare, as he spits fire at Black Widow. Whoosh. And Quasar, "Hold it right there, buddy. We don't go for that bull where I come from."
Oh my god!
Wow!
As he chokes the bull with the giant quantum hand. And look at the costume.
He's been hanging out with Spider-Man too much.
Yeah.
Come on.
But look at his costume there. Were they getting confused with the costume there?
Oh yeah, that's the old costume. Yeah.
Does it look like our matching shirts?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he's a little confused with the costume anyway, because it looks a little bit too blue on the front and the
and he
first
doesn't have
page.
a face mask.
I was gonna say the face looks like the mouth looks like it's kind of disappearing. Is Origins? Maybe it's something with the dimension. Is Origins retcon kind of weakening?
It almost looks like he has a headband on, almost.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I mean, things happen. We know when Quasar goes to different dimensions, like when he goes to the new universe reality briefly, and things are a little different, you know?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't make a big matador cape, though. What's up with that? Come on. Quantum cape.
Yeah, but he always goes through weird costume changes when he goes to like different planets or different dimensions. I mean, remember he went from that original Marvel Boy costume to that, like the one we're wearing when he went to Uranus.
Yeah.
he pulled this costume out of Uranus.
Oh man, I washed them before I mailed them to you. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
After he pulled them out. Anyway, so we scene change in New York City at the new Avengers headquarters. So is that their new, because they're calling that new because it's the new headquarters, or since it's down to the reserves, are we calling this the new Avengers?
I hope not.
No.
Years before Bendis showed up, they were going.
Yeah. No, they're not getting their own book. What a motley crew this is. Look at how awkward they're sitting around. Sandman's got his hands in his pocket, and Spidey's like, I can't believe we got to work with this guy again. And then you got Black Knight and Hercules being like, we don't even fit in this time. And then,
wait a second. Look, I see Rage, Captain Marvel, Sandman, Spider-Man, Black Knight, and Hercules. So what? In the middle of a crisis, did Namor just like take off? Because wasn't he like the other reservist?
I agree with the voting.
I can't remember, but I swear, didn't they say they had 5 reserves, and then they're like, who were the last 2 going to be in? And then that's when they brought out Sandman and Rage.
Yeah,
I swear Namor. So. I think Namor was.
I don't remember the other specific reservists off the top of my head, but
I thought it was Namor maybe, but whoever it was, they just took off in the middle of the crisis.
But you're right, because the thing about it, there has to be like a 1-to-1 ratio, and each member has their own specific backup, and they have to contact them. And,
yeah, because I was trying to figure out, what reservist would fill in for each one. So I guarantee you, probably Namor was probably the reservist for Cersei, because their costumes are both bathing suits.
Same color scheme,
same color hair. Yeah, it works.
What do you think? Captain Marvel is Quasar's backup?
I bet.
Little logo,
And I wonder who Hercules is the fill-in for.
Yeah, it's a good question. Although Sandman might be a good backup for Quasar. It's kind of with what comes out of his wrist further. But, I don't know.
Anyway,
yeah.
Enough with the rest. But the new Avengers headquarters, Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, is holding a meeting of these 6. Thanks a lot, Namor. The other reason he fills in for Cersei, he throws kick-ass parties probably too.
Oh yeah,
just underwater.
Brings plenty of seafood. We, the newly designated reserve substitute Avengers, must devise a plan of action.
Reserve substitute Avengers just rolls off the tongue.
Remember the end of the last issue? Reserve substitute Avengers assemble.
Yes.
As acting chair being, because remember, chairman or chairwoman is racist because we have people who aren't human on the team.
That's right, chairperson.
Yeah.
That's right, non-binary. As acting chair being, I propose that we split our forces and concentrate on 2 major objectives. There's like 6 of them. Let's split up on 2 major objectives. 1, to find and rescue the primary Avengers, and 2, to prevent supervillains from taking advantage of this turn of events. And Hercules, tripe and rubbish. And Black Knight, Captain Marvel has the floor, Hercules. We go by Robert's Rules of Order at meetings. And Hercules, very well, Black Knight. I move that we dispense with preventative measures and get on with the rescue. And we hear ahem from Jarvis. But I'm just waiting for Black Knight or someone to say, okay, Hercules, we'll go rescue them.
Let's go.
Can we call you an Uber? Go ahead, go rescue them. You find them, go ahead. Jarvis interrupts. Pardon me, would the 2 new probationary Avengers, Rage and Sandman, please follow me? The support crew standing by to process you in, quote unquote, as they so cleverly put it.
Now, can I just give a little vocab word thing? Tripe. Tripe is cow stomach. So I think that's, I mean, I've never heard anyone say, it's a bunch of tripe, but I have heard, that's a bunch of BS,
Did you say
so a tripe produces BS, depending on the gender of the cow. So
and rubbish is usually garbage, so he's saying cow garbage?
Yeah. Rubbish is definitely a colloquial thing. We grew up with that around here. Rubbish. I don't know. Garbage. Rubbish.
Remind me
have some soda, have some pop.
Remind me not to eat at Hercules' house.
Yeah.
No.
Alright, so Jarvis leads Rage and Sandman into the communication center, I guess. What are they, cops? There's a box of donuts.
Mr. Donut.
That's alright. As you know, Jarvis says, all Avengers have a top secret security clearance, which involves a comprehensive background check. This was no problem with Sandman since he was quite candid about his identity, but Rage has chosen to exercise his option to keep his identity secret. And Sandman, what's the matter, Rage? Got nothing to hide, do ya? Haven't done any hard time up at Attica or the Funny Factory, have ya? And Rage says, no, but... And Peggy Carter, don't worry, the Avengers are quite sensitive about superheroes and their need for anonymous alter egos. That's why we have this secret background chamber, as it looks like she's opening a door to a bank vault. Rage walks in and she says, just step right in and make yourself comfortable, as she closes the door. Slam! And I guess when the door closes, the program starts up because we get a pre-programmed message from Tony Stark. He says, hello, prospective Avenger. I'm Tony Stark, and I'm going to take you through this process via this pre-recorded message. You can start by sitting down at the console. I personally wrote this program, and it is thoroughly shielded and tamper-proofed. Any input at this console stays in this room and is encrypted into a one-time random sequence code to activate search procedures through the databanks of the FBI, CIA, NSC, Interpol, and Amex. Isn't that American Express?
I think so.
Yeah.
So we're going to run you through all these
international credit check.
I would love to see the credit check on this 13-year-old. The search.
All right, we see we've got some library books due. Teen library books legally obtained.
I don't know if I'd be throwing stones in your glass library, Kona.
No. Although he might, even though he's 13 years old, he might get some more heads turned if he walks into the library.
That's
that
right.
Section. I feel your pain, Rage.
Is that your excuse? You're like, I'm really 13. I was just mutated.
Yeah, I said, listen, I'm a superhero, okay?
Kona strokes that beard. He's like, puberty was rough, man, but I'm 13. The search is supposedly... Wait a second. Doesn't Tony Stark know what the search is? He's like, the search is supposedly a background check on an employee of the department. Oh, this is how they say no one knows who it is.
Yeah.
The search is supposedly a background check on an employee of the Department of Agriculture. Speaking of tripe. The prospective Avenger's name and address never leaves the sealed room and is permanently erased from the computer memory as soon as the search is completed. This program makes no judgment, but simply ascertains whether the applicant is eligible or not under the current security restrictions. Will the applicant accept the security measure? Type Y for yes and N for no. So dated. And this is what we hear. Thank you. Let us continue. Please enter your full name, social security number, and address of record. And we see Elvin Darrell Holiday, social security number 115250899, 53519 Du Bois Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11221. And we hear Tony Stark say, thank you. Please stand by as the search commences. And we hear Rocky Mountain High. Rage says, I hate music. Yes, so we hear the music. Do I have music? Nothing.
Rocky Mountain
Oh, that might be more appropriate for in another reality. We get back to Thor, Cap, and Cersei facing off against 4 creatures. Cap, fall back and regroup. These foes are more powerful than we thought. Thor, fearsome and loathsome as they are, there's a familiarity to their gait and demeanor. One's wrist doth glow like the sun. One of these creatures has a Russian accent. Cap, familiar, yes. What is it about them? Their gait, their body language? He says, that's it! I know what this is all about! As we see the other 4, Quasar, Black Widow, Vision, and She-Hulk say, Quasar, get ready, they're about to attack us again. And we see one of the 3 creatures coming towards them say, Crone, cast a spell on them, make them see the true horror of this world.
And Quasar's costume is changing yet again.
Yes, the sleeves, yeah. It looks like the right costume, except the sleeves are missing, kind of like his last costume.
And there's less blue on his chest.
Yeah.
It's drawn multiple different ways throughout this issue.
But meanwhile, 2 panels later, the sleeves are back.
Yeah.
So, as the creature says, Crone, cast on the visions to make them see the horrors of this world. At the same time, Cap says, Cersei, project an illusion into the minds of those creatures. The illusion that we are really who we are. And she's like, what? And he says, just do it. And as Quasar says, the creatures are transforming. They're turning into Cap, Cersei, and Thor. And Cap, not turning into, we always were. We've been seeing illusions of each other as evil creatures. And Cersei bragging, until I nullified the original illusion with one of my own. And Vision, doing his best Batman, silhouetted in shadow. Illusions, overlapping illusions, alternate realities inside of alternate realities. How are we to sort out this stew of conflicting stimuli? Stew of conflicting stimuli.
Tasty.
And that's when you see a big eye on the ground. You cannot. To interfere with this confusion of reality would be to lessen the effect of entropy. It's Yod, one of the tetrarchs. No kidding. As the pyramid pops out of the ground and as Quasar loses his mask and sleeves again. Your actions have caused a quandary. You are creatures who are prepared to use violence, so you cannot be instruments of ultimate good. Yet you are capable of compassion and restraint, so you cannot be instruments of ultimate evil. Who could be ultimate good and ultimate evil? Who hasn't shown up in this issue yet? As Yod says, perhaps you are not in league with Nigh the Unspeakable. And Cap, now you've got the ticket. Can we talk? Again, but back in Avengers headquarters. Sandman's talking to the Avengers support crew. His whole past is flashing across the screen in there. And Peggy Carter, like the ultimate flashback. And we see a picture, I guess, of Elvin Holiday before he was mutated in the Rage. As the screen subject, Holiday, Elvin D, date of birth, November 20th, 1977.
That would have put him at 13 in 1990.
Yeah. Now he'd be 41?
Yes.
Yes. Place of birth, New York City, residence, we already got that. Mother, deceased. Father, whereabouts unknown. So I know he eventually went to the New Warriors. I read a few of the issues he was in, but not all of them. I wonder if the father ever popped up.
I think he did, but I read some of them, but it's been so long I don't really remember. I'd have to look it up.
But it wasn't like a super villain or anything?
It probably was. I don't remember.
Siblings, none. Criminal record, none. So, it's their 13-year-old, I hope not.
Yeah.
Psychiatric treatment, none. Participation in anti-American groups, none. Record of substance abuse, none. Outstanding debts, none. Evaluation of educational records. Excellent student, reads at college level, has skipped 1 grade and seeks to pursue a career in teaching. Family independent. See additional foul. What was that? FD1. And then we see the additional foul is Edna M. Staples, date of birth, April 17th, 1918.
She's 101.
Almost. Place of birth, Hazelhurst, Mississippi. Residence, same as subject. Relation to subject, maternal grandmother. Legal guardian. Criminal record, none. End search. Subject meets security qualifications. Temporary search file being erased. Then you see underneath 2.7M erased. So is that like a
Meg, maybe? I don't know.
no, like a not a floppy disk, but
Hard disk?
yeah.
They weren't very big back then, so yeah.
And I'm thinking, is this thing the size of a vault, a bank vault, just because that's the size the computer needed to be at this point? So yeah, the program says, "Congratulations, Avenger." Tony Stark on the screen. "Congratulations, Avenger," and Peggy opens the door. "That was fast. Law Master of a past, huh?" Okay, I get he had no criminal record and everything like that, but don't you think the Avengers would have a I guess no one thought of it because they'd think, "Oh, we would know if there was a 13-year-old there." Shouldn't their red light have gone off if there was like, yeah, date of birth doesn't match, anyone 18 or over?
Let's do a quick check on age, maybe? I don't know.
Because the date of birth is there.
Uh-huh.
Don't you think it would set off some red light? Unless they're like, yeah, we might have like a 13-year-old alien or something who's on the team.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't even do a background search. They just have to evaluate his permanent record.
Yeah, that's what it says.
From the principal. Yeah.
But does anyone have the original issue, or is everyone like?
Oh yeah, I got the original issue.
Oh, so did you see the next page? Is Rage going to win that Silver Surfer jet ski?
The customized one.
Yeah.
My prediction is that he did not get the highest score, but that he did win 1,000 Silver Surfer watches.
Oh my
I hope
God.
that was the second prize. I hope that they weren't just given out to 1,000 people. I hope someone ended up with 1,000 Silver Surfer watches.
I mean, I guess they wanted like this big elaborate prize, but wouldn't like the ultimate prize for a Silver Surfer contest, because it had to do with the Nintendo game, wouldn't the ultimate Silver Surfer prize be a silver surfboard?
Perhaps. Surfing is hard to do, so maybe a jet ski it seems like a big pain. Because you get a jet ski, you need to get a jet ski trailer, right? That's probably not included. Come on.
Power Cosmic not included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, my jet ski. So Rage comes out and says, "It's true. Everything that went up on the screen in there got erased." And Peggy, "Absolutely. If Tony Stark designed it, there's no getting around it." And
Actually, there is.
So who's that? Is that Fabian? All we get out here is the green light. That means you passed with flying colors. Again, the age didn't set it off. Shouldn't this be like, okay, he's not a voting age, a red light?
There's no voting right. Yeah, okay.
I mean, date of birth went in there too. Shouldn't it have been like, yeah, there's like a surprising like shortage of information on this person.
Well, his name is a shortened version of the original, which was Underage. Just shortened it to Rage.
Oh, I thought you were going to go a different direction. I was going to say he didn't get mad at the computer. He did not rage against the machine.
No. Quit it now.
So they both pass. Well, Sandman didn't have to go into the machine, I guess, because everyone knows who he is. So Peggy hands them their identity cards. These are your personal membership card commo units. These will magnetically open all doors in Avengers headquarters and allows you to communicate with headquarters or with other Avengers through a bounce patch. It also functions as a bank card to access. Oh Lord, they're giving a 13-year-old a bank card to Tony Stark's fortune. It also functions as a bank card to access a special Avengers Field contingency account and is actually a miniature computer terminal. It is solar powered, waterproof, shockproof, and will stop a .357 Magnum bullet at close range.
Wow.
So it must be pretty durable. So you could probably like whip this at someone and do some damage, right?
Yeah.
And they're made of adamantium. A personal phone number known only to you can be programmed into it to allow members of your family or any loved one to contact you in case of an emergency. And Rage says, I think I'll take advantage of that particular little service right away. So he's gonna call his grandmother because we see in Brooklyn at 53519 Du Bois Street, which we saw on the screen. We hear. Where's my telephone? I have so many boards, I can't remember where my telephone's.
Come on, bring up that sound effect.
Oh, how dare you.
Nice.
What's in my other one? Well, here's my question. Because, like, on the next page, like, they say, didn't they say you can, like, call anyone and anyone can call you if they have the number for your card? But then on the next page, we see him calling from a payphone or whatever in Avengers Mansion or Avengers headquarters.
Yeah, which is weird.
And I don't know. Maybe it's just the time that, this is from 91. It's like, yeah, like anyone's really going to be calling other people on, like, a portable phone.
Maybe it says they can contact him, so maybe he can't make outgoing calls. Maybe he's using some of Tony Stark's money on a calling card to call her, to give her his new number, but he doesn't get a chance because...
All right, well, I don't know if I have a regular phone, but I'll use a futuristic ringtone. If it works. Damn it. Thing like frozen.
I got you.
I got it. Here you go. As Granny Staples says, that's got to be Elvin. As she's wiping her hands from whatever she was doing, washing dishes or whatever. As we see a pink stony hand reach out and grab her. Not so fast, Granny. And there we go.
Sorry, I gotta take this. Not so fast.
Not so fast, Granny. As we get, remember Nye, the street talking other dimensional demon thing.
Yeah.
He says, "You will not exclaim or alter your expression on your face," because Nye's talking to Rage on the phone. "We have your grandmother, and we are perfectly capable of arranging an excruciating and prolonged demise for her should you fail to cooperate in every way." It's not street talking anymore.
Yeah.
Rage is like, "What do you want?" And he says, "Come home, Elvin. Your granny misses you." And that's just then Falcon and Spider-Man walk by. As Falcon says, "Anything wrong? You look like someone just ran over your dog." Oh, wait, that's it. Wait, that's who wasn't around the table, wasn't it?
Oh, Falcon. He might have been obscured by the big box on the page, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, the cat. Maybe he's sitting behind the...
Or maybe he was just eating a mouse somewhere off screen. I don't know.
Sorry. I apologize, Namor. Wasn't you, it was Falcon. And Rage says, "No, nothing's the matter," as he hangs up the payphone. "Everything is just fine."
I don't know about you, but, my granny's in danger. I wouldn't mind having some Avenger help,
Yeah, but Nye said, "Come alone," or, we're, me and my demons will kill your granny and mess up her kitchen and eat all her food.
Yeah.
Look as we see Nye hanging up the phone as he says, "Elvin's a good boy, Granny Staples. He'll be right home." And again, as we see him standing in the kitchen talking to Granny as all his minions are like trashing the kitchen and eating everything in sight. As Granny says, "And when he gets here, he's going to kick you out of my kitchen, Satan. You and all your devils." And he says, I keep telling you, Granny, I'm not Satan. I'm just plain old Nye the Unspeakable. And these are my hordes of interdimensional criminals. I'm not interested in souls. I'm just in the evil for its own sake. And little Za says, what a joke, Nye. The Tetrarchs have banished the very heroes who could have opposed us. And he says, it cracks me up, Za. And as soon as Elvin gets here, we'll have one of the Avengers replacements in our power. But meanwhile, at Avengers headquarters, we get an alarm. Rage is like, what's that? And Falcon says, security alarm. And we see the Avengers support staff. Something on the roof. Something big. And security breach. We get the announcement. All reserve substitute Avengers and support crew cover the roof. If it's something that powerful, if the reservists can't handle it, what's the support crew going to do?
And why isn't Captain Marvel just flashing up there at the speed of light? But whatever.
Remember, after the accident, there weren't her powers like, was she?
Oh, they were different
a little bit. Yeah. She wasn't quite as powerful, so.
And Sandman has the speed of an hourglass.
Just turn me upside down and I'll get there as quick as I can.
Within the hour.
As they rush to the roof, they see a portal opening. As Falcon says, it's Cap and the primary Avengers. They're back.
Except Quasar is way off. What is this
way
costume?
Off. We barely see the blue cape because
he's got a yellow mask.
Yeah, you can barely see it. The sleeves are gone again.
And it looks like he has his old belt. Right?
Yeah, but it's just his abs.
Yeah.
Just ripped abs, six-pack showing.
Dimensional travel gave me abs?
Yeah.
But I'm like, what is this? It's not like we had like 20 pencilers or whatever, colorists,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Were they like, which costume? I don't know,
just pick one. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we see the
hit shuffle.
We see the Avengers and the Tetrarchs come out of the portal, and Falcon says, so what's the score? Are these Tetrarchs good guys or bad guys? And Cap says, actually neither. It's a long story. Kidnap me, I'd be calling you a bad guy.
Yeah.
But Thor's whispering to Cap. He says, Captain, the Tetrarchs contradict themselves. They say they care not about right or wrong, yet they themselves with us because we are good. Is that supposed to be ally themselves with us? Because
maybe, yeah. I think it looks like he's missing a word.
But he says, they say they care not about right or wrong, yet they themselves with us because we are good. Methinks there is perfidy afoot. Ooh, another new word, people. Perfidy. I think we should watch our backs very carefully, Cap whispers to him. As the Tetrarchs, I don't know if they're supposed to be whispering, because their word bubbles look the same, so. And what shall we do with these beings after they have led us to the criminal Nye? We shall banish their entire world to the dimension of exile. Next issue, the conclusion. But like I said, you can't tell if they're whispering, so I'm surprised that if they had said that, if the Avengers didn't.
You guys said
turn
that
around
out loud.
Whoa, what? Wait, Deadpool, you said that out loud. What?
Yeah.
Then we get the letters page, which gets shortened for that statement of ownership.
Oh, yeah.
Which they usually used to put in some of their books, which you don't see anymore, so was it really necessary? Unless was that a comics code thing? Because we don't need no stinking comic code anymore.
I think the statement of ownership was required by the postal if you had some mail subscriptions or something.
Yeah, but I see
it did have circulation stuff in there, which was kind of cool because it would tell you how many average copies they printed or things like that.
Oh yeah, they don't. Oh yeah, they ain't bragging about numbers these days.
Oh no, no, they're not.
This was at the height of the bubble. But yeah, I'm just looking at these letters. It's from issue 326, like the beginning of this whole thing. And
only 3 letters, one short, one 2 long ones. A lot of rage love.
I love the end of the last letter. It says, "Until Nye and LD50 put vowels in their names, make mine Marvel." Oh yeah, LD50 will come back next. The gang balls will come back next issue. Along with Bill Nye, the extra dimensional guy. All right, so Quasar this issue, man. The ever morphing costume.
Yeah. Craziness.
We get him a little bit on the cover this time, but he's nice and big next time.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a cool cover. I like this. A lot of stuff going on. You got some Tetrarchs. They're clearly in space. You don't know it's a different dimension of space, but
no corner box love for Quasar, because look, they just slapped like a generic one on there because you get Cap, Thor, Cersei, Vision, again, all primary members, but Iron Man's not even on the West Coast team at this point. He's on the West Coast Avengers. Thank you.
But Tony Stark did show up in a recording.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so
he really phoned it
Iron
in.
Man is better than Quasar, right?
not even in armor, just Tony Stark. Tony Stark's like, who pays the bills? You're going to put my head in the corner box, even if I'm not in this issue.
Cool. So we have, 332 through 339. We'll finish off this Avengers stuff.
Well, next issue's 331, so we don't rush it, Will. We still have 331 through 339, yes.
9 more issues.
Don't rush the goodness.
9 more issues and then Cosmos.
I know you want to get to the cupcakes, Will.
Oh, God, I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. I'm going to go stab my eye out.
Oh, that party's going to be trippy.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So we good? Any final thoughts?
No.
You know, I have a question to pose to you guys and to anybody listening.
Okay.
Did Quasar make an appearance in any non-Grunwald written book that was actually really well done?
I thought you were going to say where they got the costume consistently right. Because even in that Lava Men thing, I swear that thing was changing color and
he just changed his headbands, man. That's all. I'm just trying to think of, of course, when he shows up in Captain America, he's on point.
Oh yeah, because it's Grunwald.
Yeah. But I was just trying to think of.
In this era, I would say no. If it wasn't Grunwald, he wasn't written that well. Mm-hmm. Oh, he broke out of my light net, but sorry, Fabian. But even to this day, I mean, like if let's get him in the present day, but like anytime he appears now, I mean, it's better, but it's not. Has he? Okay, let me pose this to you. Has he been as good as he was back in his solo series since Grunwald passed away?
I don't know. There were some moments when Abnett and Lanning were writing him that I thought were pretty good, but I don't think they were probably Grunwald good.
Like even in the Nova series and stuff, which we'll get there one day too.
Yeah. I thought it was cool that they had him. Well, I know we're going to get there, but in Annihilation, I thought it was, oh my God, he's showing up. This is great, but they're probably going to kill him. What did they do? They killed him, right?
And then, what was it, last week or the week before, in Guardians of the Galaxy #1, they just basically flushed him down a cosmic black hole with a bunch of other people.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, also the Silver Surfer, so the Surfer's coming out of that, so.
Yeah.
He could show up anywhere, because they were like, oh, they've been scattered across time and stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of the Silver Surfer, I know, he made an appearance in this issue in video game jet ski form. But I picked up some comics today that I was looking for, some old back issues, some late Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yes.
The cover. There he is.
That's right, with the quantum bands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't look like they're doing so great, but
I still got to pick up that. I still have to pick up that issue, but we'll have to do at some point. We'll have to cover that Guardians of the Galaxy where they talk about Quasar's offspring and
it was like 59, 60, and 61. Were those the three?
I think like I said, I don't have them off the track down, but
yeah, those are good. Spoiler.
People, you should subscribe to our YouTube just for that visual where Matt Conan got up to get his comics. He's holding that mic like a pro, like he's like Bob Barker or something. He's like,
Neuter and spay your pets. Okay? YouTube exclusive, baby.
Spay and neuter your pets and eat your tripe.
At this point, are there only 2 Avengers that both they and their son or daughter are members of the Avengers?
Oh.
Who would that be?
Well, Wendell Vaughn and Starhawk.
Oh yeah.
And
because he's technically like a reservist or something. Yeah.
Then isn't it Ant-Man and Stature? Scott Lang and Cassie Lang?
Maybe. Yeah.
But I can't think of anybody else. But there was a lot of stuff that went down during the Bendis era that I'm not familiar with. So
Bendis. You mean
Bendis.
all right. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know if yeah. Oh, the new Wasp. Janet Van Dyne's still around, but the new Wasp is Nadia Pym. She's the daughter of Hank Pym. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. I hadn't read any of those yet.
Yeah, that's a newer
twist.
I figured. Oh, and well, no, she's not an Avenger. I was gonna say, in the Champions book, there's Vision, who basically Vision built himself a daughter.
Yeah. That's from the Tom King Vision series, right?
Yeah, and she's like in the Champions now. But yeah, so technically she's not an Avenger. So.
Interesting.
All right.
Very cool. Sorry.
That's okay. No.
Trivia for the day.
You got the wheels spinning in my head. But if we did miss anyone, everyone, write in and let us know. capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/QuantumZonePod, and follow the Facebook group. So like the page, follow the group @QuantumZonePod on Twitter and @CL Sidekicks on Twitter, CL Sidekicks on Instagram. And the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And Will, if people want to talk Offspring with you, where can I get a hold of you?
Well, I am at Wallred, WALLRED, Gmail, Facebook, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. You can also find me at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org. And you can find my self-published book, Diary of Night, at diaryofnight.com, which is... Volume 1 is available.
All right. And Matt Kona, if anyone would like to spin the big wheel, where can I get a hold of you?
Or at the Goodwill, or unloading my stuff. You can say hi to me online at Matt Kona, MATTKONA, on all the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Send me an email, mattkonastandup@gmail.com. If you live in the New England area and want to see me, just wherever you go, no matter where it is, I'll be there.
I'll be there. All right, this will probably be too late for the podcast, but if you're watching on YouTube, next episode is episode 50. We would love to talk to somebody, family members, friends, co-workers of the late great Mark Grunwald. So
it'd be cool.
We could talk to you live on here. You can send us emails, voicemails. Please get a hold of us. Would love to do a Mark Grunwald something for episode 50 that go along with our Avengers 331. All right. So yeah, episode 50 coming up.
Big deal. Big deal.
Along with episode 52 will probably officially mark our 1-year anniversary.
I think so, yeah.
That'll be the cupcake.
How appropriate.
And that will start our year-long season, The New 52, which is the second year.
Wait, do we all get rebooted?
We are.
I don't know that I want to get rebooted. Don't reboot me, please.
Nah, you gotta wear big bulky armor or just jeans and a t-shirt. As Lilith and I called him Casual Friday Superman. Alright, Quantum Zoners, remember, come back for a big 5-0. And remember, keep it quantum.